Is the Jeep Gladiator underestimated? Well, good morning, everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here. So is the Jeep Gladiator underestimated? And what am I talking about, underestimated? Well, you know, I, of course, have this channel and I have the Tacoma channel, as well as being in some forums and groups and other things. And, of course, a lot of folks out there know that I have the Jeep Gladiator in addition to the Toyota Tacoma. And the fanboys are strong. They're out there and they're going to express their opinion. And they do, and that's okay. It's cool. I love it. But it never fails, you know, every once in a while I'll get a comment from somebody that tries to invalidate, I guess, my opinion or my videos or my experience, or I don't know what they're trying to do, but they'll state, but yeah, he also has a Jeep Gladiator. And I find it rather amusing. I'm like, yeah, that's true. It's not hidden. I don't hide that I have a Jeep Gladiator, but it's funny to me that they seem to underestimate the Jeep Gladiator, you know. Now, I will say there is one area that, in my experience so far, that they're right in, and that is reliability, or maybe quality. I don't know. Term it how you want. I'm not going to go into great depth in that, but I have had a few glitches with the Gladiator. But disregarding that, you know, the Gladiator is an awesome truck. I mean, I gotta say that it is the smoothest riding truck I've ever had. Even with bigger wheels, or bigger tires rather, it's a smoother riding truck than I've ever had. It just kind of glides along the road. You know, I've mentioned before, and I know it's crazy, but it kind of reminds me of the electric vehicles, you know? The Tesla, for example. The Tesla, to me, always feels like you're gliding along, right? Because it's electric. It doesn't really start up or anything. There's no real sound coming from the motor. It just kind of glides along. And I get that feeling in the Jeep Gladiator. It's just so smooth. Comfort. It is very comfortable. Again, I would say that it is the most comfortable truck on the road. There is no other truck that's as comfortable to ride in as the Jeep Gladiator. The seats are nice. The space is good. I don't feel cramped in here. I can still reach everything. I can see out of it well. There's no huge, you know, glaring blind spots or anything like that. It's just comfortable. It's awesome to drive. But there's even more. The power. I would say I'll take any mid-sized truck, unmodified, off the line. Because the Gladiator is just that quick, just that responsive. When I hit the gas, it goes. There's no lag. There's no wanting for power. It doesn't look up at me and say, what the heck are you doing? You know, it just takes off, man. And I love that about the Gladiator. You know, one of my biggest pet peeves about any vehicle is when they don't have enough power, right? When they're gutless. When you hit the gas and they just gasp, you know, before they take off. That drives me nuts. And the Gladiator's not like that at all. And I will answer, as far as comparing the Gladiator to the Tacoma, because again, I have both, although my Tacoma is a manual transmission. But the Gladiator will blow it off the line every day, every time. It's just that much quicker than the Toyota Tacoma. Now, is it because it has some giant engine in it or something? No. It's a matter of tuning. I believe that Toyota has the Tacoma tuned in such a manner to sip gas. You know, they've got it set up to meet EPA requirements, given what they have, and that's why it's set up. It's not that it isn't capable. And for me, plans for that truck, just a little shadow into the future, I guess, is a supercharger. I will put a supercharger on that truck one day, and then I think it'll be what it should be. Back to the Gladiator, hauling and towing capacity. You know, of the mid-sized trucks, at least, and I'm going to focus on the Tacoma because that's the other truck that I have, the Gladiator beats that in both areas. it'll tow more, and it'll haul more. Now, if you're using it for work and stuff like that, then surely that's a great benefit, right? You shouldn't underestimate the Jeep Gladiator when it comes to capability. It's a very capable truck, and you don't have to do anything else to it. You know, it's set up, it's ready to go, and it'll handle it off-road. Now, you know, Jeep anyway rules the off-road market. You know, they have for years, they still do. The Tacoma is not horrible in itself. I mean, it is a perfectly capable off-road vehicle as well, and many people use it for that. But I think the Gladiator still has a bit of an edge. Its only possible downside would be the longer wheelbase. It has a bit of a longer wheelbase than the Tacoma. Is that a big deal? I don't think so. If anything, I guess we could say that might make them equals or pretty darn close with off-road capability. Looks-wise, you know, I got to admit, when I first saw the Jeep Gladiator, I wasn't a big fan, you know? But I saw one in person, and I think that's true with any vehicle. Before you make your final determination, you really need to see it in person, because whoever's filming it or shooting that video or taking those pictures, they're trying to get the perspective that they think is best. And that might not be what you think is best, right? Because when I saw one in person, actually got in and drove it and had some one-on-one time with it, I fell in love. It's an awesome truck. Now, talking about the Toyota Tacoma again, because I've mentioned many times on that channel that I believe the Toyota Tacoma is the best looking truck on the road. And I still believe that to be true, but I gotta say, the Jeep Gladiator, for me, because of its uniqueness, is a darn close second. I wouldn't put it that far away from the Toyota Tacoma, especially after doing just a few mods on it. I mean, if you put bigger tires, maybe a slightly bigger wheel on this truck, it looks awesome. And it completely changes the way that it appears, at least for me. If you lift it, you can't beat it. I mean, it's just awesome. This truck looks awesome lifted. And it doesn't take much. 2-inch lift is all you really need. Just awesome. The last thing I'll mention, a lot of the times I'll get comments, people say, well, it's just a Jeep with a bed added on the back. They didn't do anything. That's not true. Now, while I will say, except for the grille, so even in the front, they did do a little redesign because the slats in the grille are actually wider, did you know that, on the Gladiator than the Wrangler. But from the rear seats back, the rear end, the bed, the suspension, all that stuff is brand new. It was designed for the Gladiator. So that argument that it's just a Jeep with a bed on the back is simply not true. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here and talk about that a little bit. Don't underestimate the Jeep Gladiator. If you're watching this video and you're trying to decide, maybe you don't have any exposure to the Gladiator, get out there and give it a try. I think you'll be impressed. Leave a comment, let me know. Let me know if you agree. Do you think the Jeep Gladiator is underestimated? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, if you're interested, check out my other channel. It is Rob Motive, all about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.